Hello, hello. We are excited. Are we feeling good? Let me know how you're feeling in the comments. This is BDE, the Energetics of Marketing. And I know we've had a lot of trainings back to back, but I am pumped up yet again. You're sad. Oh, because it's our last one. I I know, but we have one more. We have one more coaching call. So that's good. It's not our last time seeing each other. And I think this is perfect timing for anybody, even if you're not doing a Black Friday, even if you're not doing a Black Friday, this is going to be a great way to end the year. So I'm going to give it a few minutes for everybody to jump on, record it. Let me see. So what we're going to go over today are let's do a refresher. Our magnetize your marketing, that was our content. That was how to speak to your clients. That was subconscious marketing. That was everything juicy that we needed. Our brand amp was everything branding for the launch, everything visual, how to stop their scroll. And then today is the energetics. So we've done the marketing, we've done the branding. Now we need to pair it with the energetics. So let me share my screen and we will get into this. If you guys are watching on Facebook, remember I can't see the comments, so feel free to join the Zoom link. Let's get into this. I'm pumped up. I've been working with our procs people all morning to get their promotions up and running. So in the comments, let me know, are you doing a Black Friday something? Are you doing an end of the year blowout promotion launch? Are you guys working on anything specifically? I want to cater this to you. I want to know what you're working on. Okay, Andrea's doing a Black Friday. Amazing. Is anybody else running a launch or a promotion right now or soon? Working on a print sale and Black Friday. Yes, minis to give away to Black Friday. Okay. So we have things to work on. All right, let's just dig in. BDE. We're going to call it Big Deal Energy, okay? Because yeah, it's big dick energy, but we love all dicks here of all sizes. As long as they know how to use themselves, we're not going to single out our smaller members. So we're going to approach this as big deal energy, okay? So that's the vibe going into this. It's the energetic portion of marketing, because we can have all of the strategy in the whole wide world, but if you don't have the energetics to match it, it's not going to matter. I can't believe I just said that, but actually I can. I'm probably going to resurface that or repurpose that into a reel later because that was great. That was unprompted, right off the cuff. All right, let's let everybody in. So I want to know, while you guys are logging in and logging on, how are you with big deal energy right now? Scale of 1 to 10, drop it in the comments. Do you feel like you are a 10? You own that? You're ready to walk into your launch and slay the game? Or do you flip-flop? Are you more on the edge? So drop it in the comments. Let me see where we're at as a whole, and we can kind of walk into this. So big deal energy. The purpose of this is you need the backstory. So when I was in college, I went to school for journalism, broadcasting, communications, whatever. I was going to do an internship in New York for an editor. And Kiera, on a different timeline, took the internship in New York. That's what I tell myself. In another life, I am living in New York. I don't have kids. I'm doing the whole writing thing. I'm not a photographer. And I believe that some of her energy has bled into this lifetime, into this timeline, and I have infused that like bro marketing attitude that you think of, like the Wall Street stock guys or whatever. I've infused that into my business today, which has given me the backbone that I have now to just approach marketing with like the BDE, with that big deal energy. The Wall Street guys, They don't worry about the algorithms. They don't worry about, am I talking too much? Am I promoting my business too much? And am I saying the right thing? No, they are loud, they are boastful, they are owning their shit, and most of the time, they're the worst salesmen of them all. But their energy doesn't affect it, and they're charismatic, and they're able to sell. So what we're going to do today is we're going to take a little bit of that energy from corporate Kiera, and we're going to infuse it with empath, nurturing, loving boudoir business babes. So this is what happens. We get so in our feels because a lot of us are healers, a lot of us are empaths, a lot of us are nurturers, that we let some of that BDE, like authoritative parts, that masculine energy of ourselves, filter away. And we almost lead too much in the feminine energy. And that masculine is needed. It's the yin and the yang. So I'm not saying we're going to go out here, balls to the wall, and treat everybody like big bro marketers. No, we're just going to take a little bit of their attitude and infuse it into our feminine, soft energetics if that's how we normally launch. Okay, going into comments. I lean way more towards empathetic marketing than business Wall Street side. I'm at a 6. I flip flop after talking to you more, like an 8, but normally probably a 3 or a 4. They do. They have entitlement and they think they can sell anything. Everybody wants to hear my message. Everyone's going to buy. So they just don't shut up. Now, the difference between them and us, and what I invite you guys to infuse, is your community has chosen to be in your field. You're not walking door to door and selling carpet cleaner like these bro marketers. You're not abruptly interrupting somebody's day. Anybody in your audience has chosen to be on your newsletter, to be in your Facebook group, to follow your Instagram, and they have free will to leave. This is what we get to adapt. You are not forcing yourself upon to anybody. You are not forcing anybody to do a boudoir session. You're not forcing anybody to buy. You are not cold calling. You are not sliding into their DM saying, hey, do you want to do a boudoir session? Hey, girl. No. Okay. So it's not like that. You don't have to be like, oh, well, I'm not them. I don't want to be pushy. You're not pushy. Yes, I know I struggle to balance my feminine and masculine energy. Sometimes I can kick it into gear and kick ass, but I don't keep it up for too long. And here's the flip side of that. You don't have to keep it up long. We just want to keep this up for the longevity of our launch. Okay. So we don't have to run our business in the masculine all of the time. That's actually pretty dangerous and we will burn out. So I just invite you to embody some of this masculine bro marketing, Wall Street energy. We're just going to refer to this as Wall Street energy for the longevity of your launch, because raise of hands or comments, how many of you have prepped your Black Friday in years past for weeks? You've been so excited, you've done all of the planning, and then halfway through, it's like your energy dies and all of that excitement flops and you lose the momentum that you build up. Our energy during our launch is more important than the energy while we're preparing it. So I see so many photographers prepare weeks and weeks and weeks, and we pour all of our authoritative energy into the launch content. And by the time it's time to launch, we're burnt out. We forget, we give up, we get discouraged so easily. So this is what today is hopefully going to disprove is we're going to learn how to balance. We're going to learn how to amplify. And this is really just going to be a super big mindset shake to you guys. It may come across a little uncomfortable at times. I'm not going to apologize because it's going to be good. We need this little wake up. We need this little shake. So take it in love and receive it as motivation. So let's get going. In the comments, this is a workshop. I want you guys to workshop it. Why are you the best? I kind of made Andrea and Felicia do this morning in their privates. I was like, give me a reason as to why you're the best. If you don't believe in yourself, why would anybody else? I'm going to utilize this as a Black Friday launch because that's where we're at. If you guys are watching this on the replay later on, insert whatever launch or promotion you're working on. But why should members of your audience book with you on Black Friday instead of the 17 other boudoir photography groups that they are in right now? Because here's the deal, we're all marketing Black Friday sessions, and it's up to you to flaunt yourself, to own your bigness. And this is not being boastful. This is you doing a service, because remember, our job as boudoir photographers is to help impact women on a deeper level, to help impact humans on a deeper level. You're not being boastful. Think of all of the people you're hindering and you're hurting by not showing up and sharing your message. The quieter you are, the less women you're able to help. And this is the energy that we're bringing forward. So in the comments, I want you to list off, why are you the best? Why are you the best at what you do? Why are you specifically the best for your soulmate clients? I'm not saying you have to be the best photographer. I'm not saying you have to be the best marketer, but why are you the best for your clients? Not for my clients. I'm the best for mine, and you're the best for yours. So we have to remember, you lead the energy, not your clients. If you're waiting around for clients to praise you, if you're waiting around for clients to post in your Facebook group, oh my God, I just had the most amazing session with Kiera. It was so good. We're in lack energy. I'm in the middle of a really big launch right now. Last night, we posted a model call. I went to my past clients and I said, hey, I love you guys. And I know you loved your session. Please go share in the main group why you loved it. Ask for the engagement. Own yourself enough to know that they have things to share. My group right now is popping with testimonials. So let's check the comments. Let's hype ourselves up. Mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm. I give a shit about their long-term relationship with their self-esteem and their body. Yes, you're not just trying to get them in there and make a couple $1,000s. You're here to impact them on a deeper level, because people love my energy, and no matter your size, you will be comfortable with me. Yes, I have a unique perspective and vision. Your photos will not look like anybody else's. Yes, Sarah, use your history and bring that forward. Nobody else in here has the experiences that you do, that you get to bring to your business. Horses, I can see and capture the bond my clients share with their horses. Reba, you are so connected in your own personal journey that you get to bring that forward. It would be unfair of me to offer horse sessions to my clients or to my audience when I've never interacted with a horse a day in my life. You would be the photographer for them, so utilize that. I've always been timid about sharing the why I'm the best and thinking they'll just see it. This is what we're practicing today. Let ourselves talk about it, because nobody else is going to say it. So we get to bring it forward. And it's the easiest piece of content. We're building trust. Allow yourself to hype yourself up. Would a Wall Street guy have a problem talking about himself? No. No. It's peppermint mocha first day. I had to get one today. I just had to grab one for this, because I provide the highest quality results. I care about their mental health and their comfortability. I make a connection with each client. Yes, they're not just a dollar sign. I spent 10 years educating myself on lighting, posing, making them feel comfortable. What about this right here? You guys are in Dominate right now. You're furthering your education, even though you've been in the game 3, 5, 10, 15 years. You're like, nope, I'm still bettering myself because I still care about my clients' impact. I feel like I'm a friend, not a stranger, even before we meet. Joe says, yay, I finally made it. $4,000 session today. Okay, amazing. Let's amplify that feeling with this. My work is consistently beautiful. I've always focused on working with their body image. I've got 10 years of experience. Keep it going, guys. List it out. What else? You're going to utilize this today and bring it into your content. My clients always feel like they've known me for years when they've walked in, even if they haven't met me. I've got a master's in social work. I have a unique approach towards knowing their story. Yes, I have a soul, body, mind connection. I offer sessions in both NYC and Jamaica. They always say I'm the best friend before meeting me. Do you see how good you are? Do you guys see how good you are? When is the last time you celebrated yourself? in your business as an entrepreneur. In the comments right now, this is only slide 1. We got to amp it up. Like it's a big day. Celebrate yourself right now about your business. Nothing generic. What are we celebrating? Is it a money goal? Is it a client goal? Is it a consistency goal? Is it a trying something new? I'm a dork and I love having fun. We do dance parties at the studio. Yes. Drop your celebrations and take a moment to hype yourself up because nobody's going to do it for you. There is no Employee of the Month award because we're all of the employees, but you should be. Go create one. Put it on Instagram. Congratulate yourself for being Employee of the freaking Month. Like, have fun with it. Allow yourself to be a big deal. Wear a fancy dress that has no business being worn in my home office on a Thursday, but do it anyways. Like, why? I don't know, because it feels good and we're a big deal. This is a big deal, and this is the energy that you get to bring into your Black Friday launch throughout the entirety. Because everybody else is going to be seeing the promotions from all of the other photographers and regular businesses. You have to love yourself enough to hype it up. All right? Feeling good? Are we feeling a little awake? Are we feeling a little motivated? Let's go disprove some myths. Let's go disprove some of the most common things that set us back energetically during a launch. Ooh, my work is gorgeous. I've been voted the best photographer in my region multiple times. I know how to pose all bodies. Absolutely this. So whatever you listed out today, you guys, I recommend going into, if you don't have any ideas, go into the content module of Dominate, the superpower module. I don't remember what it's called, and create a post on your superpowers and brag about yourself today and in the middle of your launch. All right, show of hands, drop a comment. Have you ever had the thought or a similar thought, what if I'm too loud? What if I'm annoying them? What if I'm posting too much? What if they don't want to hear from me? Have you ever had that little uncomfortable thought come up? Feels so cringy to make that post. I want you to look at it from this perspective. Had I not made a post talking about how content used to feel really hard, it used to feel like I was saying the shit all the time, but now I'm really fucking amazing at it, nobody would have signed up for Dominate. Nobody would bid here because you guys wouldn't have believed that I was good enough because I didn't believe in myself. Your boudoir clients are the same thing. If they don't know that you know how to pose all bodies, when they're looking at our Instagram, their mind is not going to say, oh, look at all these different body types. Their mind is going to say, wow, all of those women look really pretty, but that's not me. We have to physically put it out there that, yes, I am really freaking good at posing all of these different body types because their ego is not going to connect the dots. It's subconscious marketing. Their ego is not going to connect the dots and say, oh, wow, she's really talented. It's just going to say pretty photo, pretty photo, pretty photo. It is our job to let them know that they are seen, they are heard, they are here. I would much rather feel very confident that my photographer has won an award and she publicly shares it because I can say, "Ooh, I'm spending thousands of dollars on myself. Oh, but she's the best photographer in Jersey. Amazing. Look, it's worth it." It's building up your credibility too. So there are actually many different layers of this. Sharing your superpowers is such a way to build the trust. And my motto, when I'm in a season of expansion, the more cringy it feels, that's the higher ding dong sign that I need to post it. It's like, I don't want to say this on the internet, and that's the post that blows up. That's when everybody's like, you're speaking my language. This is exactly what I'm going through. The cringier it feels, the more it needs to be said. The ding dong sign, you guys. I don't know what comes through my mind, but that's how it like a doorbell, like ding dong. You need to say this. Nothing is on your mind that isn't supposed to be said. I guarantee that anybody in this industry, if you're in it for the right reason, you're not just like some creepy old dude on Craigslist. Like if you're in this industry for the right reason, you have some form of empath healing, intuitiveness. You're channeling something to help these clients. So the messages that you're hearing in your head, it's not you making stuff up. The things that pop into your brain randomly, it's not randomly, it's your intuition. Let's follow it, let's trust it. And expansion didn't come from our comfort zone. It comes from being vulnerable and being edgy and stretching what we normally say. Yes, I've had those moments about posting too much, but I'm way better now thanks to you. Yes. Okay, so what if I'm too loud? What if I am talking too much? What if I post multiple times on Facebook? I thought I was annoying my group with all the naughty list posts, but I did it anyways, and even people who didn't sign up loved the sold out post. There are so many levels to this. So, for example, Sarah, let's freaking celebrate her. Were you guys on last week when during our call she was like, I feel stuck. I don't know which way to go. What should we do? Here's my idea. We completely redid it, priced her out an offer. She sold out all of her spots. So that's incredible. Celebrating you so much. And she showed up. I'm in her group. She showed up. She was talking. She was using tangibles. She was doing celebration posts. She posted the graphic, the goal gradient of like you have 5 spots available. She filled it in with each person's name. And on that one day we were at like 4 people and there was only 1 spot left. And I wasn't booking a session. I'm not her client, but I was like, oh, we're so close. Like, get it. And then she got it. So that is the perfect example of you're not being too loud. 1, your audience chooses to be in your presence. Remember, you're not forcing anybody to be there. They want to hear from you. They want to hear what you're saying. If they don't, they can leave. You're not forcing anybody to stay there. So anybody who doesn't want to hear it, anybody who thinks they're too loud or you're too loud, they weren't your client. They weren't going to book with you. So what does it matter? This is where you get to embody that CEO Wall Street energy of like, wow, she's posting a bunch. Have you guys ever actually thought that about anybody, though? I've never looked at somebody's post and been like, wow, she's making another marketing post. Like, no shit, she's selling her business. I think we create these stories that are like, people are going to say these things about us, but are they really? I mean, maybe the only time I've had that energy around like a social media post is remember that random girl from high school that you're still friends with, and she probably talks about how her and her boyfriend break up 19 times a week and they post their stories here and there. And then it's like, why am I still friends with you? You're just blocking my newsfeed and I'll delete. But not a business. It's normally like, no, I feel you, girl. The algorithm sucks. Like, keep hyping, keep going. I don't actually think people are out here shit talking the way that our brain is telling us. Unless you have a hater, which of course we're all going to have those at one point or another, that's when you get to utilize your block and ban button and protect your energy. Part of obtaining your energy and maintaining and harnessing your energy through the launch also means protecting your energy and not being afraid to hide people who don't deserve to see your stuff. So if your grandpa is still on your boudoir newsletter list because he was just a supportive old man and you've got some really fire nudes you want to share, it's time to unsubscribe him from the list, okay? Been there, done that. If your family is on your newsfeed, but you know that you have clients on your public page that you could impact, it's time to use the custom audience and hide them from those posts. Go ban the mean girl from watching your stories on Instagram so you feel like showing up authentically. Okay, you get to protect your energy unapologetically. And that's perfect. Catching up on comments? No, because the algorithm shows me so much in between, it doesn't seem like too much, so I shouldn't worry about myself. Duh. Yeah, I could post 6 times a day. Not saying you have to, but if it feels good and you're in the launch and you're celebrating and you're doing, people aren't going to see that until like 3 days later. So it's going to come in all fluctuated anyways. So sometimes we have this preconceived notion that the algorithm is working against us, but actually it's working for us because so many different people are going to see things at different times that it's going to work out in our favor. So it works. I used to embody that really well. About 6 years ago, my ex used to say I had a fuck you, pay me mentality, knowing I was best, having that entitlement. I'm not sure where it went. Yeah, see? Okay, so, but here's what could have happened. You got deeper into why you're doing boudoir. You made more connections with these women. You heard their stories. You've seen the impact. You've seen crazy stuff happen in the boudoir industry that it softened us a little bit. And it was like, oh, I'm healing them. And whatever societal stories of like, we should be a healing woman, we should be helping, like they can't afford it, whatever. It's kind of like softened us up, which is fine. But when we're in the middle of a launch, we want to embody maybe not fuck you, pay me, but like, hell yes, I'm worth it. And I know you deserve to pay this. So we get to mesh it and roll it. And this is just a good reminder of like, you can be both. You can be completely empathetic and loving and nurturing and also get paid what you deserve because you know your impact that you're having on them. And if you guys feel like you're struggling with being too loud or asking for the sale or asking for the upgrade, you have to remember your impact. The $12,000 sale I had last week, the screenshot I shared of asking for the $3,200 impact or upgrade, I wanted to puke. But I knew they wanted it. They had seen the set of 3 medals of Caleb and I, and they were like, our garage shop would be perfect for this. Like, I want this. They had said that at the consult, and I was like, they've already bought my $7,000 package. This is going to put them over 10K. Like, that's a lot of money. Reminder, it's not my job to tell them how to spend their money. I knew they wanted the medals. I offered it. 2 days later, they commented on the Facebook group that they wanted to add another medal. They bought 4 medals. I could have sat there and been like, no, don't do this. I don't deserve all that money. It put it over a $12,000 sale. Crazy, crazy. But she had been in my group since 2017. It is now 2023. She's even canceled a session with me before. Can you imagine if in 2017 I said to myself, tone it down, Kiara, you're being too loud? I would not have had that sale. So what if you're not loud enough? It took her 5 years to do a session. That much repetition. You guys are not too loud. You can't be too loud for your soulmate clients because they're thanking you. My favorite reminder is that we are the voices that our clients haven't developed yet. So many of my clients are in situations where they don't get to be this loud, they don't get to be this wild, they don't get to be this free because they're in hard marriages, they're in conservative towns, they're in conservative jobs. They haven't developed that outspoken side of themselves. They still have deconditioning to do. It is your job to be the leader. You signed up to be an entrepreneur. It is your job to show them what you're offering. This call is so good. I'm so hyped. I'm going on a power walk to listen to get the brain going. I love this. I want to listen to it back myself. All right, let's go over. So now that we've kind of dug into being too loud, who has a problem with expectations? Who sets their goals and then gets knocked down? Who gets really sad when they don't hit their goals or they give up halfway through? Everybody's like, me, yes, welcome. Boy, oh boy. So in the beginning of my business, I was very money motivated because it was easy to make money. We were having like $1,000 months, and I was like, this is amazing. I'm so rich. Like, I was like 18. I was like, we've got $2,000 in our bank account. And then it's like new level, new devil. It's like, okay, now 10K months are normal. All right, come on. It feels hard. Oh, I only had a $7,000 month. This isn't good enough. When a year ago, that $7,000 month would have been like mind blowing. So for example, October, the studio did 50,000. And I looked at Caleb and I said, I really didn't work that much because we made new friends. We had a sick baby at one point. Like, it was a very low key studio October. I said, wow, we did 52. That was a little slow. And he was like, do you hear yourself right now? He was like, let's bring it back. For reference, our October last year was 15,000. And he was like, Last year, you would have been dying about this. So let's go back into expectations and remind yourself that, okay, so you didn't hit 60, but you did a $50,000 month on a slow month. It was kind of like a shake yourself up. Now this goes into launch wise. Well, okay, let's look at the positive. When you hit a new income level, when you hit a new goal, you have to adjust your expectations too, that number doesn't become immune. You were just celebrating $10,000 months a couple months ago. It's still amazing. Let's stay grateful. You were just celebrating 20, 30, 40, $50,000 months. That was your dream number. Let's readjust our expectations and still find that gratitude. Now let's get into the negative part of releasing expectations. No launch can make or break your business. Okay, you guys, we can't mess it up. We do not have to put the pressure of selling out our calendar on our Black Friday sale. If you sold out all of your spots next week during your Black Friday sale, how freaking bored are you going to be come May of next year? You're going to be bored because you're a creative person and you desire creativity, you desire launching, you desire marketing. And I know you would say, oh no, I would be so booked out. I would be stress free. My life would be magical. No, because your ego would make up some new problem to mess with because we're addicted to like having something to worry about. So you might as well have fun with it. Yes, we're going to welcome as many Black Friday bookings as we want, but we're going to do so in a regulated nervous system with expectations that are made to serve us, not hinder us. So here we go. I didn't write this down, but you can note it. My mindset, I have released expectations. I don't have expectations, I have standards. And what a shift that has been for myself. I no longer put expectations on myself, on my business, on my audience. I simply have standards that I rise myself to the occasion for. Now, what does that feel like in your body versus expectations? So if you were to go through a launch, you're like, listen, I've been a boudoir photographer for 4 years. I better freaking get 10 bookings minimum. I expect that. Like, I've put in the work, I've done it, versus the quality of work that I've poured into my audience, the energetic work, the education work, everything that I've done leading up to this point. I am energetically unavailable for anything less than what will serve me. My standard is I'm going to attract soulmate clients. They're going to vibe with me, they're going to respect my policies, and they're going to nurture my creativity. What a shift. Standards versus expectations. Standards feel empowering. Standards feel uplifting. Standards feel like CEO, boss babe. I don't like boss babe, but like, get it, here we go. And expectations feel like authoritative teacher talking down to you. If you don't meet these expectations, you're going to detention. That is such an energetic shift during your launch. Set yourself some standards and rise up to the occasion. So if you're on day 3 of a launch and you haven't gotten the applications that you wanted, instead of sitting around and moping, what are you going to stand up and do? What are you going to do? You're going to shift. You're going to be that high level standard version of yourself. And you're not just going to sit and mope and say, oh, the algorithm hates me. My audience isn't interested in me. We're going to do something about it. All right, let's see. It feels less needy and clingy. Like, this is my standard. The universe will meet me here. Yes, you guys, how many of us forget that we are co-creating? You get to outsource stuff to the universe. If you are stressed, if you don't have the mental capacity to nurture your audience this week, outsource it. Universe, please step in, help me. I'm feeling overwhelmed. When's the last time you've consciously asked for help from your guides, from your sources, from your community? Like, utilize our resources. Whoa, that put so much into perspective for me. Thinking about when I was pushing for a 5K month average and now I get down about a low 7K much. It's still a bunch of money. It's a lot of money, and that's amazing. The perspective shift, again, the expectations of like, Oh, well, I did this last month. I was expecting myself to get here versus the standard of, no, I fully understand what an average is. I'm here for averages. I'm not here to just check a box and run myself ragged on masculine energy of having to beat my best month ever over and over again. No, I'm here for a balanced nervous system. That's a standard I'm willing to commit to. Ooh, that makes more sense. I love that. Exactly. Tina will tell you I was convinced day one it was going to flop, but I kept going. See this right here. We get to hold the standards, set the standards, release the expectations, and just have fun. My money standard will be I'm taken care of regardless. My needs are always met. This part. And it's like when we get into a launch, we get launch vision, tunnel vision, and we forget all of our mindset work. We focus on the strategy, we focus on the algorithm, and we get ourselves into a pit of self wallowing. And this sounds so generic, but like, what if it works out? Oh, you're sitting here like, nobody's booked. What if nobody sees it? What if nobody wants it? Okay, but what if they do? Oh, wow, that would feel good. That would be really exciting. So let's lead from the energy of fun. What will your expectations look like if they were infused with joy and celebration instead? The pressure of expectations is just getting our ego, or is just our ego trying to keep us small. So I invite you to embody standards instead of putting on expectations. And that is my belief around the energetics of pressuring yourself. You know how I say you can't hate yourself into your next level of success? You also can't pressure yourself. You can't pressure yourself into your next expansion because expansion is found in safety. Expansion is rooted in safety. And if it's not, you're just experiencing a feast or famine moment. It's not true expansion because your nervous system will bottom out and you'll crash and you'll go back into that up and down because you don't believe it's possible. All right, switching gears. Instant gratification. Who has become an instant gratification baby where you need constant validation and we need the booking immediately or else we're done. I'm bored. I'm over it. Who uses the it's no longer in alignment with my true desires as an excuse to back out of a launch? Yes, it's still in an alignment. We're just being lazy, okay? And I mean that with love. But when I entered the spiritual coaching world, it was very easy to adapt their energy of this is no longer in alignment with what's serving me. Excuse me, ma'am, you didn't get a booking on day one, so now you're bored and you're blaming the universe. The universe is not out to get you. Let's readjust that. If we're in the energy of they haven't bought yet, we're creating stagnation around our launch. You're cutting it off before it even starts. This is me. I struggle with launches being long. I've learned I do better with quick launches. This right here, noticing what serves your energy. I did a BTS training on this. You have to be able to identify if you are a short launch person or a long launch person. If a long launch is going to stress you out and it's going to drag you down, shorten your time span, okay? And I literally say this right here. You're the one creating the deadline. We cannot be mad at our audience that they have not applied yet if your applications are open until Friday night and you launch it on a Wednesday. So if you launch something Wednesday morning and you say applications are due by Friday night at midnight, and then you don't receive any inquiries by Thursday, that's not your audience's fault. That's not the algorithm's fault. That is your rule. You set that standard. You said, I am open to receiving until Friday. So if you guys launch your Black Friday session on November 2nd and it's available until November 30th, you're just going to do a whole month of Black Friday. You have to be willing to hold the energy. You have to be willing to harness the energy because guess what? If I see that Prada is doing a winter sale during the month of November and I can book it until Black Friday. Like, I'm gonna wait and get all my ducks in a row to buy that purse that I want because they said that sale is still available. You'll have the people who are adrenaline based and will book immediately. And we also get to recognize that if we set a specific deadline, we have to be willing and okay and celebrate the fact that people will wait until the last minute. It's not over till it's over. The universe works in the 11th hour. Every time I launch Proxability, it's like 6 people join at 11 p.m. the night before the Voxer opens. And I'm like, you guys, we could have prepared for weeks, but nope. I have to be able to hold the energy because I told them they could join up until the 18th or whatever that date is. So if our Black Friday sale is open until November 23rd at midnight, and on November 11th, you've had 2 bookings, because those were your adrenaline based buyers, you have to say, people are still watching, people are still listening, they still love hearing from me. I commit to showing up. We are not prematurely pulling out. Stamina, guys. Get with it. I love this. Yep, can't do that. I'm working on this right now for my Black Friday sale. We're in it for the long haul. I think I should just make a reel of all the sexual innuendos used during this training today. And that might just get people to sign up for the next round of Dominate. There we go. So instant gratification, it's just something that we're accustomed to in today's society of like, you know, I'm used to people just signing up immediately because in 2019, that was easy. That's how people bought. But we know buyer behavior has changed and they might need a little more nurturing, and that's okay. Don't be the guy that changes rhythm or speed when you're so close. Or the guy who has no rhythm or speed and he just smashes his face into you. Like, let's find a rhythm, harness your energy, find a flow, and keep it going. There is no prize for booking out your spots on the first day. There we go. Let's really anchor into that. What is the benefit of selling out all of your spots on day one? Nothing, because that means everybody's workflow is going out on the exact same day, which means you're going to get the same questions all in the exact same day. I would almost prefer them to be staggered. So if people are responding with their planning forms and selecting which prepayment plan they would like to start with, I'm not getting 7 of them on the same day. They're staggered a little bit, and then my inbox isn't overwhelming. So look at the benefits of having inquiries flow throughout the duration of the launch. Remember, everything is happening for you. Sometimes our nervous system would freak the heck out if everybody bought immediately, because then it goes, oh my gosh, but what if everybody cancels? They all bought immediately. There's no way this could happen. It's never happened before. What if they're all going to cancel on me? So like remind yourself that the universe is on your side and everything is happening in divine timing, and it's not up to you to decide when they press buy during your open cart period. Does that feel good? Is that a good shift for instant gratification? All right. I have nothing to say. It's day 4 of a launch. You've done all the posts. You've shared all the testimonies. You've done all the things. And now magically, you have nothing to say. Who has felt this way? Who feels like they run out of ways to promote the launch? Really, we can only say, I have a $99 session fee and a free bonus set so many times for your Black Friday offer, especially when a lot of us are doing the same promotion. So, this is where you have to remind yourself that new people are entering your audience every single day. So, you want to pretend that you're speaking to the new people every single day. You also have to remind yourself that it takes somebody 7 to 10 times to read something before it clicks on a subconscious level that says, ooh, maybe I should invest in this. So, pre-education, a lot of marketing is saying the same thing over and over again. Give me a commercial right now. What is somebody's slogan or jingle that you just know because you've heard it so many times? What about like the Kit Kat jingle or the Mayhem commercial? Or that's Allstate, Stan. You're in good hands. Yeah. I only know that. Yes, 877 cash now. We only know that because we've heard it so many times. So when you talk about booking months and months in advance to utilize a prepayment plan, when they go to your Black Friday page, they're going to be like, no, I want June of next year so that I can prepay because I know Kiara says that I need to use a payment plan so that I'm not canceling on her on the last minute. Yes, I'm going to book out months in advance. It's only annoying to us because it is our business. We're the only ones thinking about our business that many times a day. We're actually very irrelevant in everybody else's life. Okay. Nobody else is thinking about our business that many times. So we do have to show up saying the same things for them to even consider booking. So it's a good thing. Now let's dig even deeper into this. So if you're like, yes, I've covered the basic pre-education, I've said it a million different ways, I've got that, and you still feel like you have nothing to say, where do you not trust yourself? Where do you not trust yourself? What parts of you don't feel confident saying what you want to say? Is there anything holding you back in that aspect? This feels a little stretchy. What right do I have to be saying this? Who do I think I am to be speaking to this level of women, to be speaking to this quantity of audience? So, this is what you get to do when you feel like you have nothing to say. Just go back in and test it out. See what's hiding, what part is coming up, what feels stretchy, and recognize, am I just bored with what I'm saying because it's the same thing over and over again? Or am I actually unsure? So sometimes during a launch, our offer feels murky because we're just doing whatever everybody else is doing. We're doing a $99 flash sale, and that's not truly what we want. We wanted to do a $4.99 flash sale, but we're under the belief that nobody's going to buy a higher price session fee because everybody else equates Black Friday to cheap. So you feel like you have nothing to say because your energy is like, no, I don't actually want to shoot for this low. I don't actually want to shoot this caliber of client who just wants a good deal. So I invite you to go inward and see what is misaligned with the offer. If your energy feels off, or you truly balls the wall in love with what you're promoting, or are you simply doing it to fill spots? And that's your key. That's your indicator of, okay, I need to adjust something. All right, let's wrap up with why would it work now? Why would it work now? I've tried so many offers this year. I've done so many different things. It feels like I've been throwing spaghetti at the wall. Why would this one work out? None of my other Black Fridays have booked. So why would this year? How many people have felt that, or who is currently feeling that around an offer that they have? Lexi's like, me, right here, hand is high. I'm the problem, it's me. This is so common. Last year I booked 54. I ran ads. Nervous because I'm not running ads this year. Yeah, so here we go. Why would it work now? When you feel like you're in this freeze moment of like, oh, who do you think you are? Why would it work now? What's changed since your last launch? Like your last failed launch where it didn't work? Well, you've done a lot of education. You've done a lot of growth. Maybe you've had some personal revelations. Maybe you've gotten really clear on who you're speaking to. Maybe you've grown your own authoritative backbone and you feel more confident and you weren't last year. I know for me, like in 2020, 2019, we had a huge Black Friday. It was amazing. 2020, it flopped. And it's because I put so much pressure on myself to book out the year with Black Friday. It was like, I'm throwing all of this pressure on me right now to book it out. And that just like clinchy butthole the whole launch. And I stressed myself out. And it was like, nope, can't breathe, can't move, can't do it. Couldn't get excited because I was so scared that it would fail. So what happened? It failed, which nothing is a failure. You just get to unpack it and say, okay, I see what I've done. So when it feels like it won't work now, go through and prove to yourself all of the things that you've done differently and everything that you've learned since that launch. Maybe you did a flash sale and you realize now that your audience responds so much better to application based. Cool, it's going to work this year because you're application based now, or vice versa. My message is way more clear. Nervous my ads won't pay off. Yes, now that I know I can run multiple things all year, I feel better. So recognize, is it energetics or is it something strategically that has changed? And also, what if all of the work and marketing you've done now gets to pay off? So yeah, it didn't work last time, but look at the work you've put in since then. Unless you changed nothing, unless you just sat there, you had a failed launch in, let's say, September, you did absolutely nothing in October, nothing in November, you launch a Black Friday, I'm pretty sure something has changed. You have done something to move yourself forward. Otherwise, you wouldn't be watching this training. You would be sitting there in this, like, I'm not going to change anything. I'm just going to prove to myself it won't work. So, this right here that you're hearing this is your sign that things are changing. I'm learning to use my voice more, not quite BDE every day, but I'm at least not a little wallflower hiding behind the punch bowl, hoping no one asks me to dance. Yes, we are here to dance. We are here to celebrate. So why would it work now? Why wouldn't it? That's my challenge to you. Why would it not work? You are a brand new person versus who you were even yesterday. And our mindset is our most powerful tool, but it's also our most underutilized tool. We will pull up all of the guides, all of the strategies, all of the podcast motivational affirmations, but yet we won't let ourselves sit in the believability that what if it does work out? What if it does? That is my challenge to you throughout this next launch, whatever you're launching, whatever you're promoting. What if it does work out? How will you celebrate? What will you eat? What will you smell? What will you see? What will you feel? Allow yourself to utilize the senses and go there. Go to the celebration and allow yourself to be in that moment. So, what if you don't hit your goal? How many of you have felt this? Like, oh my gosh, what if I don't hit my goal? What if I say I'm going to book 50 people and I book 10? Okay. So what if you don't? Are you going to be ungrateful for the 10? No. Let's go even smaller. What if you want to book 5 and you book 0? Is this the end of the world? No. Is your business done? No. Will you sit in despair forever? No. This goes all the way back to the momentum training. You're going to get up, you're going to try something else, and we move forward with gratitude and inspiration from what we learned. This is the simplest concept of, like, what if you don't hit your goal? Okay, then we try something else. We keep going. And this is going to be the catalyst to your business of, do you sit and wallow or do you move forward and pivot? Pivoting is going to be your best friend in marketing. So that one gets to be comforting of, like, I'm not going to let myself hit rock bottom and stay there. So we just try something else. And we use the community that we have. All right, here we go. You are the shit. Nobody is better at your business than you. You do know what you're talking about. You know exactly what you're supposed to be saying. Please, please, please trust your voice. Trust your message. Trust your intuition. And allow yourself to dream bigger. Allow yourself to visualize you winning. Instead of thinking about yourself losing and failing, please see yourself in the spotlight. Please embody this big deal energy and own it. Your audience does want to hear from you. That's why they're in your audience. If they didn't, they wouldn't be following you. They're not just following you for pretty pictures. They can do that wherever. They're following you because they love you as a personal brand. Marketing changes. It's just part of entrepreneurship. You're capable of evolving too. If we were to come into this business with the idea that what we're doing now is going to work in 10 years, that's very ignorant of us to believe. Part of entrepreneurship is that we're not going to get bored in our corporate 9 to 5. This is the fun part of being self-employed and being our own business owner is we get to make things up and try new things, and we're not stuck in the same way all of the time. You are capable. You're the one in control of your energy, and you get to bring this BDE into your launch. You get to own yourself. You get to have fun, and you get to remind yourself of this on week 2 of your month-long launch when it feels like you're in the messy middle and you feel like things are slowing down. You come back to this. Say, you know what? I'm being crazy. It is okay. I know what I'm doing. I know where to go from here. And what if it does work out? How are we feeling? Was that a good little energetic shakeup? So you pair this with the Magnetize Your Message workshop for content so that you are saying the right words. You pair this with the brand amp so that you have the branding to stop their scroll and you make it a thing and you make it a movement. And then today you go into the superpowers part of the content module and you go hype yourself up and you start owning your bigness and you move forward with the energy of you can't mess this up. If one thing doesn't work, it wasn't the end all be all. You get to keep going. This is the energetics of a launch, being on top of your mindset and being strong enough to know when you need to shift, when you need to pivot, and when you need to celebrate. Don't forget to celebrate. So, my challenge to you is to go show up for your audience because they want to hear from you. They desire to hear from you today, and to go celebrate yourself and to go hype yourself up. How do we feel? Love. Hell yes. Ready to watch the replay? Amazing. Okay, you guys, I will upload this into your dashboard. Thank you for attending live. If you are watching on the replay, let us know in the comments in Facebook. If you signed up for the next round, your modules won't turn off. It'll be the same login. I'm not changing logins. If you have not signed up for the next round, I think our last week is the 20th. Don't quote me on that. I posted it in the group. It's 12 weeks from whenever our start date of August 28th was. It'll turn off then. But Reba, you should be good because you're enrolled for the next round, right? It won't turn off then. You'll have it. So you're good there. And then if you're in the next round, I'll get the bonus calendar up for December for our bonus call. I don't have that yet. I'll do that soon. But otherwise, you guys are good to go. Tag me in the group, celebrate if you need support, all that jazz. And this will be uploaded by the end of the week.